Most Americans don't even have more than a check saved up. Like, we're living paycheck to paycheck.
Is anyone else applying to jobs and going through the exact same thing? A job posted this week, over 100 applicants.
I've been in recruiting for coming up to a decade in July, and I've literally never seen candidates struggle as much as they are right now on the job market.
The job market is insane right now, and it looks like it's only going to get worse.
Do you guys want to know how crazy the job market is in Canada? I guess if you're on the hunt for a job, you'll probably already know. But for the rest that aren't looking for work and you're curious as to what is happening in the job market. So in Toronto, there was a recent job hiring fair for temporary workers for the CNE. So if you guys don't know what the CNE is, it's a fair that is held in Toronto for 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of the summer. And there's 5,000 temporary jobs that pays minimum wage for, and it's great for kids, university students, high school students, that sort of thing. There were 54,000 applicants.
Do you know how insane those odds are? That's basically like trying to win the lottery, except instead of money, the prize is work. Y'all, the hunting is real. I mean, a lot of people are tired of looking for a job. People are out here applying for hundreds of jobs just to get ghosted.
For 5,000 jobs. As a comparison, last year, same number of jobs, about 5,000, there were 34,000 applicants. Either way, it's still crazy, but if this year's any indicator of what is happening in the job market, there you go. That's exactly what's happening.
The job market is insane right now, and it looks like it's only going to get worse. If you have a job right now and you don't like it at all, wait until you secure the new job first before you quit this job, because the job market is crazy. I know plenty of people that got college degrees and they're having a hard time finding a job. I know people that have tech certifications, they're having a hard time finding a job. And quite frankly, it feels like all these job postings on Indeed are just like phantom postings, because a lot of these jobs don't even contact you back after you apply.
People are applying and nothing. And even if you land an interview, it's like a 3-round audition for a role that pays barely enough to cover rent. The cost of living is going up everywhere.
If you look at some of these big tech companies like Amazon and Microsoft, you'll see that they've been laying off thousands and thousands of people. I personally feel like we've been in a recession, but they haven't like formally announced it. But people are struggling. They're struggling with paying bills. They're struggling to buy groceries, and they're struggling to find a job.
I am still shocked how many people in my comment sections are underestimating how cooked the corporate job market is. I've been in recruiting for coming up to a decade in July, and I've literally never seen candidates struggle as much as they are right now on the job market. And these are not poor candidates. These are not people who are unqualified. These are some of the most qualified people I've ever seen on the job market, and they are struggling. I'm hearing about people who are applying to thousands of jobs and not hearing anything back from any company. I'm hearing about longer and longer rounds of interviews, like 6, 7, 8, or 9 rounds of interviews. And some people go through that and then they get ghosted. I'm hearing about assessments, like personality assessments, take-home work, which a lot of times is unpaid. And I'm hearing about this over and over. And then when it comes to the offer stage, I am seeing people get intentionally lowballed. Like they ask for $85K and the company comes back with $65K. And I know what the company is thinking. They're thinking, if this person doesn't accept, somebody else is desperate enough to accept, and we can get a deal. We can literally get somebody really talented for cheap. Welcome to the 2025 job market.
Minimum wage hasn't caught up to reality. And now people aren't just broke, they're tired. Companies are slashing jobs because of budget cuts, while CEOs are getting million-dollar bonuses. AI is replacing entry-level roles, so the jobs that used to get your foot in the door, gone.
So I just heard that Microsoft laid off over 9,000 of their employees today, and if that does not make you sick, if you are a well-qualified candidate in this job market, I don't know what will, because these are not low-level employees. These are people with degrees, multiple degrees probably, certifications, years and years and years of experience that are entering the job market and competing with you, especially if you have a job like me right now and are looking for a job. It is so difficult out here. And then you add on the fact that this big, beautiful bill just got signed. So these are also people who probably will not have health care because they don't qualify for it. I'm not seeing a resolution within the next 6 to 12 to 24 to 48 months. Even just the state of this economy, I'm trying to figure out, what does it look like? What are the next steps? What are we to do? And I live in fear that I'll be laid off next, and I don't know what I will do. How will I pay my bills? But I've been actively applying for jobs on LinkedIn for a couple months now, and even a project coordinator role. As a PMP certified project manager with over 7 years of experience, it's been hard for me to even land those. So keep that in mind.
This isn't just a lazy people don't want to work issue. This is a broken system issue. People want to work, they just want to be paid fairly and treated like humans. We don't talk enough about how this affects people mentally. Employers are adding insane requirements, like asking for 5+ years of experience for a role that should be junior level.
Is anyone else applying to jobs and going through the exact same thing? A job posted this week, over 100 applicants. Posted 5 hours ago, over 100 applicants. Okay, this is crazy. 1 hour ago, over 100 applicants. I actually feel like applying on LinkedIn and Indeed is dead. Well, it's alive. You'll just be applying against thousands of people. In 2025, I think I'm just going to be prioritizing networking, meeting people in person, making meaningful connections, and also private job boards.
The fact that it's become normal to need 2 or 3 jobs just to survive, that's insane. The truth is, the job market in 2025 is brutal. And if you're struggling right now, you're not alone. This isn't a you problem. This is an economic problem. And until companies start valuing people over profit, the hunt for a job is going to feel like a survival game. And right now, it's rigged.
Whenever I see a post about how bad the job market is right now and how hard it is to get a job, I'll see people in the comments saying, oh, I've been looking for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, some people a year plus, and saying they haven't found a job. So how are you paying your bills? Because I know that DoorDash and all those little side hustles you can do is not enough to pay rent and also pay a car payment, insurance, phone, like all the bills that we have. There's just no way. If you're getting unemployment, that's one thing, but do you guys just have savings saved up? Because even with savings, I don't know anyone that has more than like 3 months saved up. Most Americans don't even have more than a check saved up. Like, we're living paycheck to paycheck. So I've always wondered when I see those comments of people saying they've been looking for months and months and they haven't found a job, but they still have their apartment, they still have, everything seems to be fine from the outside looking in. So I'm just wondering what the tea is.
Job hunting feels like a full-time job in itself. And even when jobs are available, they're offering less pay than 5 years ago, while the cost of living has basically doubled, except you're not getting paid for it. You send out resume after resume, hear nothing back, and start to question your worth. And when you finally do get an offer, it's often so low you're like, how am I supposed to live on this?